What if the secret to transforming your entire life was already inside you, just waiting to be awakened? Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within isn't just a book, it's a blueprint for taking control of your emotions, your values, and your beliefs so you can create lasting happiness, health, and fulfillment. In this audiobook summary series, we'll break down Robbins' most powerful strategies into clear, actionable insights, so you can stop drifting, start deciding, and finally step into the life you were meant to live. Part 2. Taking Control: The Master System. Chapter 14. Ultimate Influence: The Master System. People are not their behaviors. We all have a system or procedure that we go through in order to determine what things mean to us and what we need to do about them in virtually any situation in life. Superior evaluations create superior lives. If someone is doing better than we are in any area of life, it's simply because they have a better way of evaluating what things mean and what they should do about it. 1. The first element that affects all your evaluations is the mental and emotional state you're in while making an evaluation. 2. The second building block of our master system is the questions we ask. 3. The third element is the hierarchy of values. 4. The fourth element is beliefs. 5. The fifth element is reference experiences stored in brain. 2 kinds of change. To change our lives, we either change our feelings or behaviors, or we can make a global change. A new belief: I am the source of all my emotions. Nothing and no one can change how I feel except me. If I find myself in reaction to anything, I can change it in a moment. The focus of the second section is how to make these global changes, where a single shift in one of the 5 elements of the master system will powerfully affect the way you think, feel, and behave in multiple areas of your life simultaneously. Chapter 15. Life Values: Your Personal Compass. Courage, determination, perseverance, and dedication. A man's character is his guardian divinity. Heraclitus. Values guide our every decision, and therefore, our destiny. In a movie Stand and Deliver, a maverick math teacher transmitted to his students his passion for learning. He got them to associate in their nervous systems, at the deepest level, a sense of pride in their capacity to master those things others were certain they could never learn. His example of commitment translated to these young people the power of values. They learned from him discipline, confidence, the importance of the team, flexibility, and the power of absolute determination. Decide what you value most in life, and then commit to live by them every single day. If you have a tough time making a decision, the reason is lack of clarity about what you value most within that situation. Every time a value is born, existence takes on a new meaning. Every time one dies, some part of that meaning passes away. Joseph Wood Crutch. Direction of our lives is controlled by the magnetic pull of our values. The only way for us to have long-term happiness is to live by our highest ideals. But we can't do this if we don't clearly know what our values are. The biggest tragedy in most people's lives: many people know what they want to have, but have no idea of who they want to be. If you don't know your true values, prepare for pain. We focus on changing behavior rather than dealing with the cause. People don't have a drinking problem, they have a values problem. We feel immense joy when we fulfill and meet our values. The problem is we didn't set up our values. Others influenced them. What are values? Life values: 2 types, ends and means out of love, family, money. Only the first one is the end value. The other two are means. What we truly value, the ends you're after, are love, security, and happiness. Money allows you to do something deeper. So often people are too busy pursuing means values that they don't achieve their true desire, the end values. Moving toward values. Pleasurable states, love, success, freedom, security, intimacy, security, adventure, power, passion, comfort, health. In truth, we all have a hierarchy of values. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. A simple change in the hierarchy of values can instantly change relationship and life. Knowing values of others is also important. Setting up hierarchy of values allows us to meet all of your values every day. We all need to realize that we must accomplish our highest values first. And remember, there is always a way to accomplish all our values simultaneously, and we need to make certain we don't settle for anything less. People don't just pursue pleasure, but they clearly also move away from pain. Moving away from values. Whenever we decide to do something, our brain evaluates whether it can lead to pleasure or pain. The relative levels of pain we associate with certain emotions will affect all our decisions. Some of these emotions are rejection, anger, frustration, loneliness, depression, failure, humiliation, guilt. We also have a hierarchy of moving away from values as well. Which value in the above list would you do the most to avoid having to feel? The source of self-sabotage, value conflicts. If your top moving toward value is success and your top moving away from value is rejection, you will never succeed in the long term. In fact, he will self-sabotage his success. This is because people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. Each of us has value conflicts within us because we never set the system up for ourselves. But we can change using the following two-step process. Step 1. Become aware of your current values, both types, to know why you do what you do or don't do. Review both lists by putting them side by side. Step 2. You can then make conscious decisions about what values you want to live by in order to have a quality of life and destiny you deserve. How to discover your current values. Answer a question: what's most important to me in life? Now put your values in order from most important to least important. My old list was as follows: passion, love, freedom, contribution, being able, growth, achievement, happiness, fun, health, creativity. Change the values, and you change your life. What do my values need to be in order to create my ultimate destiny, in order to be the best person I could possibly be, in order to have the largest impact in my lifetime? What other values would I need to add? I found that being intelligent should not only be included but also have high priority to avoid stupid mistakes. What values should I eliminate from my list in order to achieve my ultimate destiny? It was amazing the freedom I felt by getting freedom off my list. Having seen the health suffer in my quest for passion, I realized that it should be high on my list. After more brainstorming, my new list of moving toward values were health, vitality, love, warmth, intelligence, cheerfulness, honesty, passion, gratefulness, fun, happiness, making a difference, learning, growing, achieving, being the best, investing, contribution, creativity. Many of us fear that putting happiness as a higher priority will make us lose drive to achieve more. However, my experience was instead of achieving to be happy, I began to happily achieve. When the priority was right, I felt a sense of calm and certainty. I also began to realize that there were certain emotional states that I must avoid indulging in if I was going to succeed. One of those clearly was worry. Thus, I began to construct a moving away from list. I touch the future, I teach. Anonymous put values prominently at work, at home, for others to see and hold them to this new, higher standard. A person in my Date with Destiny program was very reluctant to attend and even see the possibility of changing values priorities. His number one value was freedom. After some prodding, he included flexibility as a value. The moment he did this, his body relaxed for everyone to see. Later he added forgiveness as a value. 3 years later, freedom is not even in his list of values. In the coming episode, we'll dive into 2 powerful chapters from Tony Robbins' work. Chapter 16, Rules. If you are not happy, here's why. Robbins unpacks how the rules we set for ourselves determine our sense of happiness. He shares practical ways to shift limiting beliefs, take responsibility, and unlock strategies that lead to lasting fulfillment. Along the way, he reveals the hidden rules of power, showing how they can either strengthen or weaken us. Chapter 17, References, the fabric of life. Here, Robbins explores the role of references, the memories, experiences, and examples we draw upon, in shaping how we interpret the world. He explains the neuropsychology behind these references, how they quietly guide our destiny, and why imagination holds the key to transforming them into a source of empowerment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonated with you most in today's video? Drop your reflections in the comments below. And if this journey is sparking something inside you, don't forget to hit like, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to our channel. Tap the bell icon so you never miss the next breakthrough. Thank you for being here. Your growth is the reason we create these videos. See you in the next one.